Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today I want to take a couple minutes and talk a little bit about my home office setup. So like many other people for the past several years, I've been working at home and I've been able to actually share this space with my wife. So if you look over here, she's got her setup right next to me, and it's great because I get to spend every day pretty much just a couple feet away from my best friend. Now, the only problem with this, and I'm not sure why we didn't do this earlier, is I think over the past several years, I've gotten a little bit on her nerves sharing this space, and I think I'm getting kicked out of the office. The reason being, I think she's and other people have told me that I maybe have a problem distinguishing between an inside voice and an outside voice when I'm on a conference call. And as you can imagine, if she's just a couple feet away from me and I'm yelling into the phone, it makes it hard for her to take calls as well. She also is on video calls quite a bit, and it's difficult, and I can't just simply go whoop, 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 and walk behind her with no pants on if she's on a video call. So instead, what I end up having to do a lot of the time is I have to try to crawl under the desk to get in and out of the room. And yeah, see, here's the other problem. This guy's the other problem. So you want to talk about too many cooks in the kitchen? This guy is another cook in the kitchen, and he makes it impossible to get in and out of this, especially if you're carrying any food, because he will basically steal that from you right away. So what we need to do is basically find a way to move my whole home office setup upstairs to another location. So the thing that's going to make that interesting is, if you'll see, I've got a lot of computer monitors set up. So these 6 here are set up for my work computer, and then I have another 2 monitors over here set up for my home PC. And if you combine that with the fact that we've got things like battery chargers, cell phone chargers, all, miscellaneous chargers and other kind of stuff, I think it's about time to give this whole office setup a makeover and a cleaning and purge some of the things that aren't necessary. So this is exciting. I'm going to use this opportunity to move all of this stuff upstairs and get a whole new layout. So that's the game plan for the video today. And if that sounds like fun, why don't we go ahead and head upstairs and we'll take a look at the space that we're going to hopefully move into. All right, so here we are upstairs, and this is where I keep my 3D printing and a lot of my other tinkering stuff. And also, the girls have their desks up here. So this is what it looks like. We're probably going to have to move some of these. Like, I'll probably have to move this cabinet over to the other side, and I'm going to take one of the girls' their desks and probably move them downstairs. But yeah, this is a space that we're working with, so we're probably going to try to put my new desk over here in this corner, and we're gonna probably have to move some of their equipment. Now, the thing again that makes this interesting and sort of challenging is that the ceilings are kind of sloped in. This is more of sort of like an attic / loft kind of setup. So yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna probably relocate all of my stuff up here with where I can make noise and solder and do whatever, and yeah, ride the Peloton bike and hang out up here. So that's the game plan. So we're gonna have to try to rearrange everything up here and see if we can get it all to fit. All right, so the first thing I needed to do was find a desk that I could use to hold all the monitors upstairs. So I ended up going with a standing desk. I've actually really liked standing desks for other applications, and I decided to get this one. It's the Fazebo triple motor reversible L-shaped desk, as you see here. So I've got a completely separate other video dedicated to talking about this desk, its specs, the assembly, performance, my thoughts, all that kind of stuff. So I'll just let you watch that other video if you're interested in the desk in particular. How it relates to this particular discussion is that once I selected the desk, the next thing I did was actually try to sketch up a 3D model of the room just to get a rough idea of the size, including with the extra monitors and all of the other stuff, just to get an idea to see if it would actually even fit inside with these sloped roofs. And it looks like it's going to fit just about perfectly. It's not going to be butted up against one side of the walls because of these sloping ceilings, but otherwise I think this is going to fit. So since this is going to work, let's go ahead and get this desk ordered, built, and assembled upstairs, and then start moving the monitors from downstairs to upstairs. All right, well, look at that. Took me a little while to break down all the monitors and clean off all the shelves, but we've got this downstairs desk all cleared off. All right, so it took a little bit of effort, but I finally have got the desk and pretty much all upstairs set up the way I think we're going to need it. So as you can see over here, we've got all of the monitors and computers and equipment set up on the standing desk. So I've got 6 monitors over here for my workstation, for my work computer actually, and 3 monitors over here for my personal computer. And again, I forgot to take video of this. I should have, because this was actually a significant amount of effort to get all of this working and set up. In fact, you can kind of see back here, I had to build some custom components to make this array of monitors work. If you're interested in how I built this, I've got a separate dedicated video talking about the equipment and the things that I use to make this double-decker configuration operational, so feel free to check that out. But again, this is working great. While it's up here in the standing configuration, maybe what I will show you is the other thing that's kind of interesting, and I'll make a note of it right here. You can see on the back of these monitors, I added some kind of caution tape that I made myself out of yellow and black electrical tape. The reason being is these monitors actually stick out into the aisleway quite a bit, and you can kind of see that from this angle. So if you're walking out here, and if there are, kids up here running around, it's very easy for them to maybe potentially bump into these, especially since the back of these monitors are black. So I wanted to add that tape so that it would add a little bit of visibility, and it would make it less likely that we'd bump into this. So anyway, the great benefit of this, the thing I'm really excited about, is the fact that with one button push, we can go from a standing configuration down to a seated configuration and back and forth. So this entire setup works quite well. So yeah, it might be interesting actually now to take a look at maybe a slight before and after picture. So to refresh your memory, here's what the upstairs looked like before. The space was actually quite underutilized. I mean, I'd go up there to ride the stationary bike on rainy days, and the kids might use it occasionally when they wanted to write at their desks, but otherwise it was pretty empty. And here's what it looks like after the makeover. Obviously, the major upgrade is the desk, which now takes up the majority of the back of the room. Also, I added a project table in the middle of the room. We've got a small science club with some of the kids, and we're using this table for some of our projects. And this is really nice because now we can leave our project in an incomplete state and then just shut the door and walk away. And just for completeness, let's take a look at the before and after of my original office downstairs. So as you can see, here is what it used to look like, where both of us were sharing the space, and as you can see, it was a little bit cramped. And now here's the after picture, and as you can see, my wife was able to move over to the corner. She's got a much nicer setup, and then we moved our kids' desks down here in sort of this banker's desk configuration so they can face each other and work together easily. And this makes it a lot more accessible for them because they don't actually have to run upstairs when they want to use something or get something from their desk. All right, so there you go. That was my project, basically moving my home office setup to this new space and upgrading to this standing desk configuration. So a couple of thoughts. Surprisingly, this took a lot more effort than I thought. I thought it would just be unplugging some monitors, moving it upstairs, slapping on a desk, and putting it back together. But as you saw, it's actually quite a lot more involved than that. This actually took me, I'm almost embarrassed to say, almost like a week to get all the components, build them, set everything up, test it all, rearrange both the upstairs and downstairs offices. It really took longer and more effort than I would have liked, but overall it was a fun experience because I got to do it over winter break and there wasn't really any real time pressures. The other thing that maybe I'll mention is I really am enjoying this electric standing desk configuration. It makes it a lot easier to just sort of walk up and do a little bit of work, and then maybe if you get pulled away to help with the kids or do something else, you can just kind of walk away. So having it in a standing configuration is great for those kind of instances where maybe you're not able to actually get into your flow and do extended bits of work, but you need to kind of pop in, do an email, pop out. Not having to plop down or arrange your chair actually works quite well. And then you obviously have that option that, yeah, if you are working on a longer project, I just put it in the sitting configuration. I sit down and I'm good for, several hours in that setup. So anyway, I am very excited about this. It's also worked wonders for deconflicting the space where I am able to be up here by myself and take conference calls, listen to music, what have you, and I'm not bothering other people. So I do like that aspect as well. So, with that being said, I think this is probably a great spot to leave it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, I also hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. Surprisingly, if you go to a little ways down and click on that subscribe button, it really does help me continue making these videos. And remember, the new videos come out every Monday, so I hope we'll be able to catch you at one of these future discussions, and we can all learn something new together. So until then, I think I'll sign off. Talk to you later. Bye.